Pleasant Valley and University of Iowa football standouts, who is currently rehabilitating from a heart ailment that occurred last September. The Bulldogs and Spartans are happy to come together and pull for Brett.
Deep for the Bulldogs. Pleasant Valley will kick off to start the game.
Here we are with the Pleasant Valley Spartans, Bettendorf Bulldogs here at Vallet Stadium in Bettendorf. Pleasant Valley will be kicking off first. And both teams come in at 3-0, top of the MAC conference. And
Sam Martin will kick off.
We look for an outstanding game tonight. And we hope it's everything that everybody hopes it is. I've been looking forward to this game all week. This is probably the best game of the season so far. This one I know Pleasant Valley's been anticipating for a very long time.
Back to receive, Malik Hudson and Alex Hernandez.
Bubba, they call him Bubba Hernandez. He's back receiving.
Sam Martin kicking off.
This is Hernandez.
Bubba Hernandez brings it up to the 34-yard line. 34-yard line. It'll be first and 10 Bettendorf.
Hernandez with a 32-yard kickoff return. Bettendorf takes over first and 10 on their 33-yard line.
Offensively, I think it should be Kyle Cox. Bubba Hernandez in the back as a running back. Let's see how this goes. Bettendorf under center. Cox, number 1, is going back. Gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez
is the ball carrier.
Behind the line by number 68.
Devin Daly on the stop for the Spartans.
Anyway, that was a good defensive play by Pleasant Valley. So it'll be 2nd and 13. So Pleasant Valley starts off with a good defensive play to start the game. Cox looks. Nice pass. Number 14. Chris Klabundy.
Adams and Carpenter provide the stop for the Spartans.
And that'll be making about
the third. We'll call 3 for Bettendorf.
3rd and 4, 3rd and 3 for Bettendorf. Referee blows the whistle. I don't know if we have somebody over the ball.
No play.
Officials timeout. For quick.
Okay, just an officials timeout for some reason. Bettendorf lines it up. Kyle Cox under center. Pleasant Valley. Oh! Pleasant Valley had a shot at it. Bettendorf recovers it, but it's going to be 4th down.
Malik Hudson on the recovery for Bettendorf.
Malik Hudson on the recovery. That was a big break for Bettendorf to not lose the ball.
Brings up 4th and 11. A.J. Smith is deep for the Spartans. Cox will do the punting.
A.J. Smith.
J.J. Smith will be receiving for Pleasant Valley. Kicks it away. He's going to let it roll. Only 1st and 10, Pleasant Valley at about the
Cox's punt is down.
25-yard line.
Pleasant Valley 30-yard line will take over 1st and 10.
At the 30-yard line. Have some good help tonight, and folks, if you ever listen to me, you know I need all the help I can get. I'd like to thank Kevin Skillett for allowing us to do this game. He's been very good. So I'd like to thank him and the Bettendorf staff for allowing us to bring you this game tonight. Once again, this will be on MediaCom Channel 19 at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, and it'll be up on our website at ihigh.com/QCATV.
Lefty under center.
Okay, we got the lefty quarterback. Pitches.
Here we go.
Pleasant Valley, he's going to go. He cuts. And he fumbled. Pleasant Valley recovers.
By number...
Nick Slavin's the ball carrier. It's a fumble at the end of the run.
I believe Nick Slavins was the ball carrier.
Number 23, covered by number 23, L.J. Redmond.
Pleasant Valley recovers the fumble. Number 23, L.J. Redmond.
L.J. Redmond. 23.
John Severud recovered.
First and
L.J.
goal,
Redmond
ball
recovered.
at the 2-yard line.
2-yard line.
Pleasant Valley has the ball at the 2-yard line.
Redmond, the long back.
Have wideouts left and right. Touchdown, Pleasant Valley.
Redmond, the ball carrier. Result of the play is a Pleasant Valley touchdown.
Redmond with the touchdown, and Pleasant Valley's on the board, 6-0. So Pleasant Valley strikes first.
Sam Martin first.
So Sam Martin is going to try the extra point for Pleasant Valley, as they are on the board first.
Slavin's a hold.
Kick up. Good. And Pleasant
Kick is
Valley
good.
is on the
Correction, it was
board.
Brian on the
An
hold.
early lead of
Pleasant Valley.
7-0 with 9:19 left here in the first quarter.
9:19 remaining in the
Sam Martin will be kicking off for Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley takes an early lead, 7-0. Nice drive. Squib kick. Oh! And it was, I think Bettendorf recovered it.
30-31.
Yes, they did. It'll be 1st and 10 Bettendorf. Almost another error by Bettendorf. So let's see what
Moffett recovers the
Kyle
kick.
Conklin was on the
Bettendorf takes over
recovery.
1st and 10.
So it'll be 1st and 10
Ball near the
Bettendorf
30-yard
at the
line.
30-yard line. Okay, Bettendorf has Cox and Bubba Hernandez in the backfield. Low snap, Hernandez
Hernandez, the ball carrier.
for about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Grant Milam on the stop for the Spartans. Gain of 5 brings up a 2nd and 5 for Bettendorf.
Nice crowd here tonight. Nice weather. Great football weather. Okay, Bettendorf has twins left. Cox. Where Hernandez doesn't get very
Hernandez, the ball
much.
carrier. Thomas added to the initial hit for the Spartans.
Looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 6.
Lost about a yard.
Third and 6.
Lost about a yard in there.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 6 for Bettendorf.
Big play.
Pass. He's open at Bo. It's going to get intercepted. Pleasant Valley. Number 1. No, 24.
Number 24, John Severud for the
John
interception
Severud
for the
on the
Spartans.
interception for Pleasant Valley, and they'll be getting the ball back.
Pass was meant for Hudson.
It was intended for Malik Hudson.
Pleasant Valley takes over 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard
It's going to be
line.
1st and 10. Pleasant Valley at about the 45-yard line. Early surprise here. referee's timeout, or we have a penalty. No, we have a timeout. We'll be right back.
Timeout.
Okay, Lentz, under center. A lefty. Both quarterbacks are lefties. Lentz gets caught. Look for either no loss or small gain. They're going to give him a
Letty, the
yard.
keeper for the Spartans. Sam Ambrose in the stop for
Brady
Bettendorf.
Letty is quarterback.
Brings up a second.
For
Call that
Pleasant
9
Valley.
for the Spartans.
I don't even know where to spot the ball.
A.J. Smith just came in. If you want to learn.
A.J. Smith is in for Pleasant Valley. Now the officials are talking to somebody about maybe they have an equipment problem. Well, I know we've had a lot of discussion between the referees already.
First one was good. Wait a minute now. Move the ball back. Still first down.
And now the referee's going to come and talk to the Bettendorf coach, Wiley,
Play didn't count.
explain to him what was going on.
Play didn't count. Go back to first down. Inadvertent whistle.
First and 10, Pleasant Valley.
Inadvertent whistle. First play did not count. For some reason, that's no whistle.
Okay, Lance, under center. See what he can do. Letney pitches.
Here we go again.
Cuts outside, cuts inside. Gets met by a host of Bulldogs. That was probably back of a loss,
Slavin, the ball carrier.
so it'll be about 3rd and 10.
Austin Broyles provides a hit for Bettendorf. No gain brings but 2nd and 10 for the Spartans.
Because they weren't ready to play. The refs
Pleasant Valley, back to pass. He's got him open, overthrow.
Letty's pass intended for Beswick. Falls incomplete.
Ball intended for Dustin Beswick. Ball is incomplete. It'll be 4th. I believe it will be 3rd down. 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Spartans.
Come on, D. Come on, defense.
Bettendorf has a lot of defensive players up front.
Big play here. Big play.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
He could be gone.
Redmond.
He could be gone. Caught from behind by number 3. But that is number 27, I believe.
L.J. Redmond, the ball carrier.
Redmond ran it. Caught by number 3.
Jordan Bonner Lowe.
Jordan Bonner Lowry on the tackle for Bettendorf.
To the 3-yard line.
Pleasant Valley's at the 3-yard line.
Get out here. The defenders don't even know what's going on.
First and goal, ball on the 4 for
So
the
far,
Spartans.
Pleasant Valley's come out and been able to, their offensive line is just pushing back the Bettendorf line right now.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Pleasant Valley.
Redmond, the ball carrier. Result of the play is a Pleasant Valley touchdown.
Redmond on the touchdown. 13-0, Pleasant Valley.
Martin will be in the kick the extra point.
Martin on the lead.
He'll be kicking the extra point.
Martin on the lead point there. So Pleasant Valley is doing what they want to do right now. One, they wanted to get off to a good start, and they are at 14-0.
Martin
Well,
on the extra
13-0
point.
right now. They'll be trying the extra point, and that'll be
Bryant will hold.
Sam Martin. He made his last one. Martin up. Good. And the score is Pleasant Valley 14,
Kick is good.
Bettendorf 0. Sam Martin will be kicking off for Pleasant Valley. Bubba Hernandez is one of the deep men. And Malik Hudson is also deep.
Into the end zone.
Into the end zone, they'll bring it out at the 20.
They're not tired,
Kickoff goes to the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Bettendorf will take over 1st and 10. Ball on their 20-yard line.
At this point, I'd say this has been a pretty surprising game. I think most people thought it would be pretty even, pretty equal. But Pleasant Valley has come out and just jumped on Bettendorf right here from the start. But we have a long way to go. We have over 3 quarters and 6 minutes, 25 seconds left, so anything can happen. Kyle Cox will be the quarterback. Looks like Bettendorf has trips right. And Bubba Hernandez in the backfield.
Hernandez, the ball
Hernandez
carrier.
on the carry, and he looks like he's good for about
Cobbler for the
6 yards.
tackle. Cobbler on the tackle.
Josh Colbert on the stop.
Josh Colbert on the
Spartans.
tackle.
Gain of 7 brings him a 2nd and 3 for Bettendorf.
I know it's early in the game, but I think Bettendorf really has to make a statement here offensively. Wide left and right.
Motion.
Back to Hernandez. We have a penalty.
Hernandez, the ball carrier.
White out with his motion.
A flag on the play.
Penalty. Let's see who that's against.
Thomas
Looks
Adams
like
to the stop of the Spartans.
Could be against Pleasant Valley.
No. Bettendorf. Wide receiver is no move.
Okay, we got motion on Bettendorf. That'll be 5 yards.
Illegal shift called on Bettendorf.
Still 7 and 9.
Oh, back him up 5. Replay 2nd down.
Second and 8.
Pass.
Cox looking to pass. He has a receiver out there.
Cox's pass is complete.
Number
35, Tyler Dunleavy on the reception for Bettendorf.
Dunleavy had the reception.
Be 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs.
3rd and 2 for Bettendorf.
Big play. Something's wrong here. We got 2 out here. Got to get some help out here.
See if Pleasant Valley can have a defensive stand here.
That's the middle. We got
First down, Bettendorf.
Hernandez, the ball carrier.
34 on that pile.
Hernandez once again the ball carrier.
Milam and Pachati on the stop of the Spartans. The result of the play is a Bettendorf 1st down.
Picciotti on the tackle. Picciotti.
Okay, 1st and 10. 31 yards.
1st and 10 Bettendorf. Looks to pass. Has a receiver right there. Got
Cox's pass complete to the 1, Hudson.
Number 1, Malik Hudson.
Dallas Carter and Kobler on the stop for Pleasant Valley. The result of the play is a Bettendorf 1st
That'll be
down.
another 1st down for Bettendorf. This is the drive Bettendorf really needs to put together. Get some confidence back. Fumble! And Bettendorf recovered.
Fumble on the play. Cox on the recovery.
Cox on the fumble and recovery.
Said you have to play a perfect game.
Gain of 1 makes it 2nd and 9 for Bettendorf.
2nd and 9, Bettendorf, 3:55 left to go in the quarter.
Down.
Cox's pass complete.
Pass is
Number
complete.
15, Nicholas Heimendinger on the reception for Bettendorf.
I'm in bigger.
Heimendinger on the catch. Now it's going to be about 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Got 2 receivers left. Hernandez in the backfield. looked like some movement, but whatever it was, Bettendorf, I don't think
Cox and the keeper.
is short of a first down.
Cody Salts on the stop for the Spartans.
On here, Coach. On here.
Brings up 4th and 3 for Bettendorf.
4th and 3 for Bettendorf.
46 they're going for.
Yeah, my guess is going to be that little squib kick, squib punt they always use. I can never figure out that he's close enough that the defensive man doesn't come up and just put their hands up.
Quick though. Number 7. Cox did it. In the end zone.
And the ball
Cox
goes in the end zone. Come out to 24, Pleasant Valley.
Pleasant Valley take over 1st and 10.
Under center, Redmond in the back.
Brady Letney is your quarterback for Pleasant Valley.
23 is Redmond.
Hands it off, doesn't look like he's going to get very much. Doesn't look like he's hardly going to get anything. Maybe he gets a yard. And that would be Redmond on the carry.
Redmond, the ball carrier. Crutcher on the stop
Fletcher on the
for
stop.
Bettendorf. 2nd and 8 for the Spartans.
Just as Bettendorf needed to make an offensive drive, they need to make a defensive stand. Letner. Letner has it. He's gone. He could be gone. They're going to catch him from behind. But not before he rips off some yardage.
Brady Letney on the carry.
Jordan Bonner Lowry made the tackle. But Letner really ripped off some
Bonner
yardage
Lowry
that time. Takes him down to
on the
about the
tackle for
20-yard
Bettendorf.
line. Well, that hole just opened up for him, and away he went.
51-yard carry for Letney.
First 10 at the 27. Looks like he's changing plays. Hands it off. Keeps it.
Letney on the keeper.
Looks like he might have gained about 6 or 7.
Bonner Lowry on the stop for the Bulldogs.
That'll actually be about 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4 brings us 2nd and 6 for the Spartans.
But they are inside Bettendorf territory again, inside the 25. Fumble! It appears
Fumble on the play.
Pleasant Valley has it back.
The ball popped right up. They got it back. Yep. I had the binoculars on it.
How many fumbles we had tonight already? The first quarter we had about 3.
Number 55.
Zerbonia on the recovery. And I think they're going to let the quarter run out.
Spartans recover. The
But
3rd
one quarter
and 4.
with Pleasant Valley driving. It is Pleasant Valley 14, Bettendorf 0. Nick Slavens, running back, on quarterback now. Pitch. Here he goes. He's going to go. Touchdown, Pleasant Valley. First play of
Nick
the quarter.
Stevens, the ball carrier.
Makes it 20-0.
21-yard run results in a Pleasant Valley touchdown.
Bettendorf fans are shell-shocked. 20-0 Pleasant Valley, start of the second quarter. Sam Martin will once again take the extra point.
Martin on a kick. Brian will hold.
Snap, down, up. Good. And the
Kick is
score
good.
is now Pleasant Valley 21.
in the first half.
Bettendorf.
Pleasant Valley 21.
0.
Bettendorf, nothing.
It's second and more than 10, that's it. Yeah. That's 3 plays, 1 to 7.
Hernandez are deep for Bettendorf.
Bad snap, slip,
Sam Martin will be kicking off.
Okay, Sam Martin will be kicking off for Pleasant Valley. So far, they've had their way with Bettendorf.
Martin will kick.
They scored with just 7 seconds in the second quarter to make it 21-0.
Offside.
That's the third time, the first time it's
Looks like they're going to kick it over again. Take some offside on Pleasant Valley.
37 is offside. He's off. So they close his offside.
I know.
Jeez. 70 is offside. I don't know if we want to ask him. That's who it was.
same guy.
So we're kicking off for the 35.
Spartans are offside. They'll back them up 5, and we'll re-kick.
Offside. They'll kick from the 35.
Original kick off the left side, the right side of the
Okay, we'll have a re-kick here. Sam Martin. Sam Martin would be doing the kicking off.
The same two guys are back. Hernandez and Hudson are back.
Hudson and Hernandez are back for Bettendorf to receive. Short kick to the bounce.
Out of bounds. There'll be a penalty.
And that'll bring it up to what, about the 35-yard
40,
line?
I think 40 this time.
40-yard line.
Kick goes out of bounds.
So Bettendorf will start off with pretty good field position this time.
It would normally be a 35, but a 5-yard penalty. That's 40.
First and 10, Bettendorf at the 40-yard line. 11:52 left in the second
By
quarter.
rule, the ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. Bettendorf will take over first and 10.
If you're a Pleasant Valley fan right now, you're pretty excited. If you're a Bettendorf fan, you're stunned. Kyle Cox
Hernandez in back.
and Hernandez in the backfield. Looks like he's going to pass.
Oh.
Almost intercepted.
Cox's pass intended for Heimerdinger.
Alex Bridges.
Carpenter on the play for the Spartans.
That would have been a pick. It would have been
Brings
another
us second.
set, another 6.
And 10 for Bettendorf.
No, he'd have been a grass line.
Second and 10, Bettendorf. And the pass.
Pressure on him.
They're going to get him.
I think it's incomplete pass.
Okay, I don't know if that was really an incomplete pass or a fumble, but I guess
Either way, it don't matter.
I know, but I thought it was.
they're going to call it a fumble.
Fumble on the play.
They call it a fumble. I thought it was his arm was moving. It doesn't matter. Recovery at the line of scrimmage.
Taylor Robbins on recovery for Bettendorf. Brings up
Okay, they
third
called it a
and
fumble.
10.
Be third and 10, Bettendorf.
Big play for PV here. They just stop the run. Going out this way.
Oh, well, there was a holding there. I don't think anybody saw it.
Did he catch that?
First down,
Cox's pass is complete.
first down, Bettendorf.
Reception number 1, Malik Hudson for Bettendorf.
On the catch.
Result of play is a Bettendorf first down.
Yeah. I guess there wasn't any holding.
6 yards of running, they don't run.
I guess there wasn't any holding.
It's not. No flags. You only thought something.
First and 10, Bettendorf.
Big to Hudson.
He's looking to pass. Looking to pass. He's now going to run. He's got some open space. Down to about the 30-yard line.
Kyle Cox on the keeper.
Nice run by Kyle Cox.
Tackled by 33.
Severed and Colbert on the stop.
Josh
for the
Colbert on the
Spartans.
tackle for Pleasant Valley.
The result of the play is a Bettendorf first down.
Here we go. 1st and 10. Bettendorf. Inside Pleasant Valley 30. Looking to pass again.
Deep ball.
Overthrown.
What's with you?
35 was the intended receiver.
Cox's pass intended for Dunleavy.
Tyler
Falls incomplete.
Dunleavy was the intended receiver.
Carpenter provides the coverage for the Spartans.
Evan
Brings up a
Stemmel
second
was there.
and 10 for
Play
Bettendorf.
defense for Pleasant Valley. He just overthrew him by about a step. Cox under center. Hernandez in back. Hernandez. And they nailed
Hernandez, the
30.
ball carrier.
Looks like number 35, 33.
Alatman and Pichotti on the stop of the Spartans.
Pichotti on the tackle for the Spartans.
No gain of the play brings the 3rd and 10 for Bettendorf.
3rd and 10 at the 30.
Another big play.
Big series here. Big play right here.
Four down territory.
Overthrow.
Cox's pass intended for Heimendinger falls incomplete.
Heimendinger was the intended receiver.
Brings up a 4th and 10 for Bettendorf.
Go for it.
Take a field goal.
So it'll be 4th down, and I'm going to assume Bettendorf is going to go for it. I mean, they're deep enough in Pleasant Valley territory. Oh, we have a timeout. Bettendorf.
Timeout
Pleasant Valley
taken by
21.
Bettendorf.
Bettendorf 0.
That'll be their first.
Fourth down for Bettendorf. Looking to pass,
He missed it.
and it's
Cox's
incomplete.
pass intended for Clubundi
Chris Clubundi was the intended receiver,
falls incomplete.
and Pleasant Valley will take over
The
on
Spartans will
downs
take over on downs.
with 9:47 left in the first quarter. Pleasant Valley has just, to this point, except for putting the ball on the ground, has played almost the perfect game. Offensively and defensively.
5 in backfield.
Beswick is now in the backfield,
They got.
and we're going to have a penalty.
They've been in backfield. I think.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be against Pleasant Valley.
He was the one that was offside the kickoff before.
Legal procedure. Call the Spartans back to about 5. Brings about 1st and 15.
1st and 15 for Pleasant Valley.
Not this, we're bigger than this. I don't understand why they're doing
They're moving Redmond in the backfield. That means he has the ball. 5 yards, 6
Letney, the ball carrier.
Oh, we got a penalty at the end. Letney picked
Jordan
up on
Bonner,
5
Lowry
yards.
on the stop.
So this was after the play. We'll see
Flag
what
on the
happens.
play.
Must be some kind of roughing or
something like that.
I don't know who did what. I know they both were laying on the ground, so
see what the referee's going to call it.
I'm not going to pick it up here.
Well, it must be against Bettendorf.
They're not seeing they get any reaction though.
Oh, that's Pleasant Valley.
Both sides.
Okay. Unsportsmanlike conduct on
Unsportsmanlike
both
conduct
sides.
called on both teams. Penalties are offset.
Dead ball foul.
So the penalty was offset. So it'll be 2nd and about
Replay,
9.
2nd down.
Yeah, both teams were lucky that it was offset. Because I'm sure somebody was going to be happy if it was one side or the other. And we got
Lenny
a
on the
penalty
keeper.
here. I don't know, it came from behind, so I'm going to say it might be holding her face mask. Holding her face mask on somebody.
Matt Albert on the stop for Bettendorf. There's a flag on the play.
Holding on Pleasant Valley.
Holding against the Spartans.
So that'll be a big one.
Come on, dog.
10-yard penalty makes it a second. Call at 16 for the Spartans.
One step forward, 2 steps back.
Second about 16. See if Letney's going to throw here. And some receivers out there on the right side. Letney keeps it.
Letney with the keeper. Coleman and Crutcher provide the stop for Bettendorf.
Fletcher on the tackle for Bettendorf.
Third and 12 for the Spartans.
Third and 12. Could be passing down here for Pleasant Valley. Letney goes back.
The red men get a flag down.
The screen, and they're going to get a first down.
Get a flag down.
Letney's pass complete. Redmond on the reception.
It's in motion.
Redmond on the
Two
reception.
flags on the play.
But there is a flag.
Frank's gonna touch it.
Bonner Lowry on the stop for Bettendorf.
One here and way down there.
And let's see what looks like it's going to be against Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley's moving back.
There's one down here too. Two flags.
Could be another holding penalty.
No, I don't think so. It's out here. Probably a alignment situation. Could be wrong. Anything
Illegal.
else?
Illegal.
Oh no.
Oh, they're going to pick it
Pick
up.
it up.
There must have been a second.
Sportsmanlike conduct against the Spartans.
Okay, pick up the one.
I guess they didn't pick it up.
They pick up the one. They can have
Okay.
They have to wait to run the clock out.
Yeah, it must have been whatever it was at the end of the play.
I think they had. I think out here you had both receivers on the line of scrimmage, so they had an ineligible player downfield.
That's what he said.
So it looks.
And then whatever they missed, whatever the personal foul was for, I don't know.
Well, whatever it is, Pleasant Valley still has a 1st and 10.
Wiley's doing on.
Penalty occurred after the play.
I'll take that penalty. I got first and 10.
A 1st and 10 Spartans with the ball with 27.
Wiley's hot. I don't blame him.
Okay. Penalty was after the play. Pleasant Valley had a 1st down. He marked off the yardage, and it's still 1st and 10 Pleasant Valley. Letney back. Yes, somebody open.
Touchdown.
Nice catch. He really tightened the sideline, and touchdown.
Letney's pass to Slavens.
Redmond on the touchdown.
Wiley's going to be hot.
The 73-yard pass
Slavens.
completion for a touchdown for
Correction, it
Pleasant
was
Valley.
Slavens on the catch.
That's all. Sorry, I thought I told you that.
So I was gonna say, why was that a first down?
After that, Wiley was denied that point. He had a touchdown against him.
Boy, he really tightrope that line. I don't know how he kept his balance. 27-0, Pleasant Valley.
If that would have been
Martin on the kick.
Sam Martin on the kick.
Brian will hold.
On the yellow legal man downfield, they picked that flag up.
And the kick is good.
Kick is good.
Makes the score. Pleasant Valley 28, Bettendorf 0.
Martin the kick.
Sam Martin on the kick. Hernandez and
Hudson deep.
Hudson back. Oh, this is going to go in the end zone. Bettendorf will get it at the 20.
Kick goes into the end zone. Touchback. Bettendorf will take over 1st and 10. Put the ball on their 20-yard line.
28-0. Pleasant Valley over Bettendorf. Really big surprise. Bettendorf, they really need to get something going right here. 7:39 left in the second quarter. Kyle Cox back, throws it. Malik Hudson.
Cox's pass complete to Hudson.
I think he gets about maybe
Carter on
4
the stop for the
yards.
Spartans.
2nd and 6.
Second and 6 for Bettendorf.
5 or 6 yards. 110, then you go with it.
Okay, Bettendorf has receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Looks back, looks pass, and he slips. That was Malik Hudson on the receiving
Hudson on the
end.
reception.
Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be 3rd and about 9.
Silverwood and Carter on the coverage. Carter, Silverwood on the coverage. Silverwood.
Carter and Severin on the coverage on that one. Passing down here. Cox, they nailed him, and he's sacked.
Number, can't see it.
Cox is sacked. 41. Dallas Carter.
Dallas
For the
Carter
Spartans.
on the sack. I don't think anybody touched him on the way in. He was in there so fast.
A.J. Smith, that's the receiver punt.
A.J. Smith was also in there.
No, that's for the punt.
A.J. Smith will be receiving the punt.
And Cox is kicking. Kyle Cox is kicking.
Kyle Cox is kicking. Oh,
Kind of a sliver, but it's rolling. Get away from it. Get away from it. Oh, why does it?
there we go. Pleasant Valley will be getting the ball at about the 38-yard line. 5:46 to go in the
Punt is
second
down
quarter.
the 38-yard line.
28-0
of Pleasant Valley. They'll take over their 1st and 10.
What is why?
Okay, Lettner still under center.
Redmond behind him.
Lettner,
With the ball.
Letney has the ball. He's
Letney on the keeper.
See, it's him. That's just a long move.
Albert and Moffitt on the stop. Gain 8 brings up a 2nd and 2 for the Spartans.
And they're running right over 67%.
Okay, it's going to be 2nd and 2.
So following.
Sorry, my voice got a little dry. Letney under center. Looks like Bettendorf like rush. And
Redmond.
they stopped Redmond.
Close.
Redmond was on the carry. Very little yardage.
Redmond, the ball carrier.
But still, Pleasant Valley doesn't need that much. They'll
Crutcher
need
and
about a
Albert
yard.
provide the stop.
So it'll be 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1 for the Spartans.
It's going to be close.
You got it, Redmond.
Redmond, the ball carrier.
I believe they got a first down.
Looks like first down.
First down it is for Pleasant Valley.
Result of the play is a Pleasant Valley first down.
A.J. Smith just came in the ball game for Pleasant Valley. Brady Letney, the quarterback for Pleasant Valley. Lefty. Pass. Is over. Intercepted.
Number 17.
Dropped by number 27.
No, 17.
Wide open.
Carter Collins. It's number 17.
Ooh.
Wow. He was wide open.
Daniel, the play for the Bulldogs. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Spartans.
3:59 here to go in the second quarter. 28-0 is your score. Pleasant Valley is on top. Bender gonna pitch. Got some room. And he picks up big yardage.
Slavin's the ball carrier.
And Redmond just broke off some big yardage there for Pleasant Valley.
Broyles and Coleman on the stop for Bettendorf. Result of the play is a Pleasant Valley first down.
It's the same thing. He fakes the handoff.
Letner under center. Goes back to pass. He has him wide open.
Oh, nice catch.
Oh, what a catch. By number 8,
A.J. Smith.
A.J. Smith.
What a one-handed
Excellent catch. Number
One-handed
8, A.J.
catch.
Smith for the
That he
Spartans.
pulled in. Just an amazing catch.
Another 11-yard run.
And it's a first down for Pleasant Valley.
1st and 10, ball's on the 11-yard line.
Letney keeps it.
Ball.
Letney on the keeper.
He maybe had 2 or 3 yards.
Moffitt and Albert on the stop for Bettendorf.
It'll be about second and 7.
2nd and 7, ball's on the 8-yard line.
We took their first down.
Pleasant Valley at the 8-yard line, knocking on the door again.
No. What's the offense Slavens again?
Pitch.
Option to Slavens.
Fumble.
No.
No, ball's still loose. Let's see who has it.
Fumble on the play.
Nope. Maybe not. Ball's dropped.
They always get
Pleasant Valley still has the ball.
Looks like Bryant recovered it.
Connor Bryant on the recovery for Pleasant Valley.
Recovery.
Connor Bryant on the recovery.
3rd down and 8. Big play.
Looks like 3rd down and about 8.
To the corner. Nope.
Nope. Overthrew him.
Number 8.
Letney's pass is Hunter Smith. Is incomplete, brings up 4th.
Yeah, looks like they're going to send in the
Call
field
about
goal
8 for the
unit.
Spartans.
Martin will be kept in the field goal.
And Sam Martin will be trying a field goal. It looks like
stop them.
10 yards, 20 yards.
Yeah, he'd be kicking it from the 7.
Martin will come on for the field goal attempt.
27-yard total. Kicking it from 17 for a total of 27 yards.
Snap, ball is down, kick. We have a whistle.
Flag on the play.
It was good. It must be us still moving.
Motion on Pleasant Valley. We'll back that up.
Legal procedure to back them up 5.
32 yards now.
Martin will retry the kick. Brian holds. Thomas Adams is a long snapper.
So Pleasant Valley will try it all over again with Sam Martin. Snap, down, up.
Long enough.
It's long enough. It's good.
Martin's kick is good.
1:34 left in the second quarter. This is Pleasant Valley 31, Bettendorf 0. Here we go over the kick. 31-0 is your score.
Hudson Hernandez the back. Through to Hernandez.
Hernandez.
At the 15-yard line.
And he's down at about
Hernandez on the return.
15-yard line.
Dallas Carter made the stop.
Dallas Carter on
Evans
stop.
still on the stop for the Spartans.
Yeah, this has been
Bettendorf will take over first
very
and 10.
surprising
The
game.
ball on their 18-yard line.
Once again, I'd like to thank the athletic director, activities director, Kevin Skillett, for having us here. Appreciate all the help he's given us. In shotgun formation. Pass.
Fox's pass complete to 15. Heimendinger.
Heimendinger on the catch.
Grant Milam on the stop for Pleasant Valley.
Well, I think if you're
2nd and 2 for Bettendorf.
Bettendorf, you're almost in a hurry-up offense the rest of the game. You have a lot of catching up to do. Looking to pass again, and they're going to get him.
Cox on the keeper.
88.
He did pick up.
Devin Daly on the stop for the Spartans.
Tackled by Daly.
He's going to be short of a first down.
Tackled by Daly. Tackled by Daly.
Bettendorf takes their second charge
Tackle
timeout
by
for the
Daly.
first half.
And there's a timeout on the field.
In the backfield. Give the ball to Hernandez.
Hernandez, the ball carrier.
Hernandez was the ball carrier that time.
Cody
And
Soltz on the
they're
stop
short of a
for
first
the
down.
Spartans. Brings up a
It's going to be
fourth
fourth down.
and 1 for Bettendorf.
They're going to run all the way down.
And we're going to have another timeout here.
Dallas.
We'll be right
Take
back.
that one.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to guess they're going to short punt it, like they always do. Almost blocked, and that's out of bounds. It's going to be at about maybe the 41-yard line. Pleasant Valley B. No, he's still walking. 47-yard line, where Pleasant Valley, and I'm going to guess Pleasant Valley's going to go for it here.
Punt goes out of bounds. The Pleasant Valley 47-yard line will take over
Maybe
first and
screen
10.
Spread that defense a little bit. Try to pick up some yardage.
They call timeout, so they must be losing mind. Slavin's in the backfield, looks like. No, it's not. Redmond's in the backfield. Redmond in the backfield.
Redmond is in the backfield. Letney is in shotgun.
Look at, number 5, 5 with intended receiver, Justin Beswick.
Whitney's pass intended for Beswick falls
Dustin
incomplete.
Beswick was the intended
Second and
receiver.
10 for the Spartans.
Well, I think Pleasant Valley has every intention of going down and trying to score again before the half.
Number 8 and 5.
I mean, basically, if you get 10 yards, clock is going to stop. So I think that's probably what Pleasant Valley would like to do.
67.
We got an uncovered man right here, number 7.
55 you said was the deal, right?
I think throw to Bryant.
Overthrown again.
Whitney's pass intended for Bryant falls incomplete. Third and 10 for the Spartans.
Connor Bryant was the intended receiver.
We need to run the ball here. Also, we're going to run that.
64 is
Now the receivers have basically been open. You just overthrew them.
What about 50s? Most of the offensive guys is here.
We'll run the ball here.
Let's see if we see Letney run with the ball.
Redmond, the ball carrier.
Redmond carries it. And that's
Ambrose and Broyles on the stop for Bettendorf.
that could be the last play of the half. And it's been all Pleasant Valley this half. It's 31-0, Pleasant Valley. And it'll be halftime.
Yards per snap, I want to say, got to be high. We haven't driven the ball 2 or 3 yards at a time.
Here we are, start of the second half. Pleasant Valley 31, Bettendorf nothing. And Bettendorf will kick it off.
Number 8 is
Cox with the kickoff for
Short
Bettendorf.
kick.
and Slavens. And
Ball bounces around. He's gonna get through. He could go.
that's Smith. A.J. Smith.
Catch him.
A.J. Smith.
A.J. Smith on the
Connor
return.
Lowry on the tackle.
Wow. 45 yard, 46.
At about the 46-yard line will be 1st and 10 Pleasant Valley.
A.J. Smith with a 44-yard return. Spartans take over 1st and 10 with the ball on their 46-yard line.
Redmond and Letney.
And that's right behind him. We got three backs now.
Oh yeah, 2 backs for Pleasant Valley out.
There goes Redmond.
Redmond turns the corner.
Redmond, the ball carrier.
Short yardage of about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Second and 8 for the Spartans.
If Bettendorf has any chance of trying to get back in this game, they have got to start making defensive stops and starting to make some offensive plays. Pleasant Valley, Letney,
Okay, Redmond's going to get the ball.
and Redmond's in the backfield.
Probably going to get the ball here. Nope, Letney kept it. Got the...
Letney tries to turn the corner on the short
Letney on the
side.
keeper.
Nope. Third and about 1.
Short of a first down. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 1.
Be 3rd and 1 for the Spartans.
I don't know what's going to zoom in. Somebody's got a shadow.
Letney under center.
Same play.
See if he hands it off or runs it himself. Hands it off.
First down.
Close.
Redmond,
It's
the
gonna
ball
be
carrier.
close.
Redmond.
I think you might have to measure Redmond on the carry. And they are going to measure.
They were real close.
Officials timeout for measurement.
This one looks like it could be right on the end of the ball or just missed by about an inch. But it looks real close.
We go
First down, Pleasant Valley.
By an inch.
Get first down for the Spartans.
We were just wondering if they were short, they would go for it, and we thought they would, but no need to make that decision now.
Redmond and Beswick in the backfield. Beswick gets the ball. Number 8. White.
Beswick, the ball carrier.
Beswick.
Bonner Lowry on the stop for
On the
Bettendorf.
carry.
All these teams have picked up
That looks like it'll be about 2nd and 6.
more stuff with some years ago.
Gain of 4 makes it 2nd and 6 for the Spartans.
Redmond and Beswick in the backfield.
Beswick, Redmond in the backfield with Letney. Letney keeps it.
About 3rd and 8.
He's going to be our leading rusher.
Lenny on the keeper.
And it looks like it's going to be
Coleman on the stop for Bettendorf.
It's going to be 3rd
And
and
the third,
3.
call it 3.
Redmond and Slavin in the backfield. Redmond and Slavin. Maybe Slavin's in the backfield. They split Redmond out.
Slavens in the back.
Option to Slavin.
Pitches
Here he
it.
goes.
Here we go. He's outside. Can he get around him? He's going to go. Oh, at about the 2-yard line.
Slavin's the ball carrier.
Clip probably.
That's a same
Flag on the field.
It looks like they're going to get him at about the half-yard line.
Flag on the field.
Okay, and we have a
Lowry
flag now.
drives.
I think it's going to be clipping.
Clipping against Pleasant Valley.
Flames out of bound inside the 1-yard line.
So that's going to bring that
Pleasant
back.
Valley first and goal. There is a flag on the play.
And it should still be 1st and 10 Pleasant Valley.
I don't know if it's a clip or not, but I called it.
Still a first down.
And they're bringing it back to about the 27-yard line.
Still a first down. Still a first down.
Holding on the Spartans.
It'll be a first down at the 27 for Pleasant Valley.
First and 10, balls on the 27-yard line of Bettendorf.
Redmond in the backfield.
Beswick and Redmond in the backfield. Letney. 80 moves over to the left side. So they're going to run left. Oh, there goes Beswick. He's going around the corner.
Beswick,
He's
the
at
ball
about the
carrier.
13-yard line.
Brought down.
Second by number 3.
14-yard line.
Jordan Bonner Lowry.
Lowry. Brought down by tackle by Jordan.
Ball's on the 14-yard line.
Tackled by
First and 10
Jordan
Spartans.
Bowery. Bonner Lowry. Pleasant Valley. 1st and 10 at the 14. I wonder if we're going to try to go one-on-one here on the receiver on the way left side. If he gets past him, there's nobody there to stop him. And now we're going to have a
Penalty flag.
delay of game on Pleasant Valley.
Delay a game.
End zone clock. There's no end zone clock.
That'll make it 1st and 15.
First and 15 for the Spartans.
They don't have a play clock.
They still have that receiver. Well, they have 2 receivers on the left side now. Screen pass, there it goes. All the way down to about
Liddy's
the
pass complete to Redmond.
7-yard line.
Redmond.
Monert Lowry
Redmond on the
stop for
receiving
Bettendorf.
end. And that'll be a 1st and 10 Pleasant Valley. No, 2nd and 3. Redmond, Beswick in the back. Ledney under center.
Give to the Redmond touchdown.
Redmond's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Pleasant Valley.
Sam Martin will be doing the kick. $37-0. And the kick is good.
Martin's kick is good.
Now makes the score. Pleasant Valley 38, Bettendorf
Flag of the
0.
play.
Okay, you can see that Pleasant Valley is kicking off at the Bettendorf 45. There was an unsportsmanlike conduct against Bettendorf after the kick. So we should see this one go into the end zone.
Martin's kick goes in the end zone.
And
Touchback.
Martin's
Bettendorf
kick
takes over
was
1st and 10. The
easily
ball
in the
on
end
their
zone.
20-yard line.
1st and 10, Bettendorf at the 20-yard line. It's not so much that Pleasant Valley is winning. I think everybody would be surprised by the score. I think they expected a close game. And it hasn't turned into that at all. First and 10, Bettendorf.
Hudson, the ball carrier.
61-41.
Looks like a gain of about, let's say,
Terry.
6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Kobler on the stop.
Terry on the tackle, along with
Gain of
Carter.
6 makes it 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
Hudson on the move. Hernandez gets the ball.
Bubba Hernandez, the ball
Good
carrier.
short gain for Hernandez.
Devin Daly on the stop of the Spartans.
Devin Daly on the
2nd and 3 for
tackle.
Bettendorf. Correction, 3rd down.
Big play for Bettendorf.
Cox's pass complete to Chris Klabundi.
Chris Klabundi on the catch for Bettendorf.
Result of the
Nice
play
throw
is
by
a
Cox.
Bettendorf 1st down.
1st and 10, Bettendorf.
Tanner Carpenter on the stop of the Spartans.
Tanner Carpenter on the tackle. 1st and 10, Bettendorf. Cox on the carry.
Cox on the keeper.
Gets about 3 yards.
Colin Blasky on the stop of the Spartans.
Pichotti on the tackle. I think I read in the paper today, he's been looking forward
2nd
a
and
long
7
time
for the
for this,
Bettendorf Bulldogs.
as the rest of the Spartans have. Cox up the throw, he's gonna get nailed.
43.
Blasky on the sack from
Blasky and
Spartans.
Carter I saw on the tackle. think Pleasant Valley sent everybody that time, but I think we might have a penalty.
I didn't see a play. Maybe against Pleasant Valley. If anything, we got a lot of penalties against us.
Okay, it looks like we have a penalty
Play.
downfield. There's a flag holding Pleasant Valley.
Holding on the Spartans.
And that penalty was way downfield.
That's why he
Looks like he's going to throw.
knocked down. Ball's knocked down, I think by 53. Knocked the ball.
Pass broke up at 53.
Grant Milam knocked the
Milam
ball
for
away.
Spartans. Brings with third
So that was it.
and 3 for Bettendorf.
Keep that clock rolling. Knocked down. Yeah. Give me the clock.
Okay, because of the score, we do have a running clock. I was wondering why incomplete pass, the clock is still going, but we have a running clock. Hudson looks like he could break.
Out of bounds.
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Cox's pass complete to Hudson.
Malik Hudson.
So he ran out of bounds.
Hudson steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Gotta get it down. Gotta get a touchdown.
First and 10 for Bettendorf.
First and 10, Bettendorf at the 30, 31-yard line.
They're coming. Going for the end zone.
Throws deep,
Out of
out of play.
Intended for number 15.
Pass intended for Heimendinger falls incomplete. Brings him to
Pass
second
intended for
and
Heimendinger.
10.
Severud on the cover.
And Severud was there defensively. Second and 10 from 31. Bettendorf looking to score. Kyle
Incomplete pass.
off of 2 Bettendorf defenders.
Pass
Or
intended for Hudson.
receivers, I should say.
Incomplete.
Intended for Hudson. It was intended for Hudson.
Intended for Hudson, but it bounced off another player and fell incomplete. Now 3rd and 10.
Big play. That'll be four down.
Shotgun.
Look at the passes. Out in the flat. Number 2 caught it. Sickles caught it.
Owens Johnson on the reception for Bettendorf.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kobler on the stop for the Spartans.
Johnson on the
Brings up
receiving
4th and 6
For
for the
Bettendorf.
Bulldogs.
24. Severud made the play.
We now make it 4th and 6. Bettendorf obviously has to go for it,
Roll out wide.
and they're not going to make it.
Got the ball.
Even if he would have caught it,
Pass
They
intended
didn't-
for Owens
they didn't
Johnson
get the
falls
yardage.
incomplete. The Spartans will take over on downs.
so it's going to be 1st and 10, Pleasant Valley.
You don't throw up there. You had a guy deeper out.
You gotta be fast.
I got to tell you, folks, I can't remember the last time Bettendorf was shut out. I'm sure they have been. I just don't know. I just can't remember when.
Passing this long box. Passing this long distance. Service is over.
I don't do this very
Lettner.
Redmond.
Redmond, the ball carrier.
Redmond was carrying the ball. Didn't gain very much, if any. Actually, he lost a yard.
Last play of the third quarter, probably.
Crutcher and McGovern on the stop for Bettendorf. A loss of 1 brings up a 2nd and 11 for the Spartans.
Yeah. Redmond and Guswick are both in there too.
Okay, Pleasant Valley. 2nd and 11. Redmond on the carry. And we have
The end of the quarter.
Redmond, the ball carrier. Albert on the stop for Bettendorf.
the 3rd and about,
That concludes the third quarter of action.
and that's going to be the end of the quarter with the score.
Pleasant Valley
Pleasant
38,
Valley,
Bettendorf
38,
nothing.
Bettendorf 0. Okay, here we are, start the 4th quarter. Still going to have a running clock.
That he's still the quarterback. Still the quarterback.
Mills is the quarterback now.
No, Letney is still.
That needs quarterback.
Letney on the keeper.
First down with that for Letney.
O'Brien on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Letney on the carry, first
Result
down,
of play,
Pleasant Valley.
Pleasant Valley first down.
First and 10, Pleasant Valley at 44. Hands it off. Redmond on a short carry, short gain. Looks like it's about a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Zerbani of the ball carrier.
Second and 9, Pleasant Valley. Slavens.
Slavens, the ball carrier.
Looks like it'll be close to first down, but it may be a yard short.
Third and 1 for the Spartans.
You know, I don't know if I would, at this time of the game, with this kind of score, if I would leave Letney in. He could get hurt. Letney calling out signals. Pitch. He's wide open.
Oh, no, go inside.
Beswick, the ball
Pretty good
carrier.
game there. And number 5.
Max
Beswick,
McDaniel on the
Beswick.
stop for Bettendorf. Result of the play is a Pleasant Valley first down.
Another first down for Pleasant Valley. This has just been an unbelievable game for Pleasant Valley and a nightmare for Bettendorf. Wow. Leonard was
Lindy's pass falls incomplete.
found his receiver not looking.
Second and 10 for the Spartans.
That was a nice play. If he, I mean, he was open. Second and 10. Lenny pitches.
Beswick, the ball carrier.
Beswick was the ball carrier.
Ambrose and Corey on the stop for Bettendorf.
I came here right after this.
Well, I think, you know,
No gain on the play makes
Coach
it
Rusty
third
Van Wetzinga
and 10 for the Spartans.
was wanting to get his program in the right direction, and this year he looks like he has them right where he finally wanted to have them. Hand it off.
Slavin's the ball carrier.
Nick Slavin's on the carry.
Bonner
Some
and
nice
Lowry on the
moves getting
stop
the
for
ball down the
Bettendorf.
field.
Ball's at the 18-yard line. First down, Pleasant Valley.
The 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Pleasant Valley. Clock is still running. Hands it off. Redmond. Redmond on the carry.
Ambrose, Moffitt,
My mistake.
and
Beswick,
Bonner
number
Lowry.
5 on the carry.
Meet for the stop for
Gotta get the
Bettendorf.
names right. These kids work hard.
Second down and 7 for the Spartans.
2nd down, 7, Pleasant Valley.
They are.
35 is now in the game. He carries ball.
Anthony Lampman, the
Anthony
ball carrier.
Lampman on the carry.
They switched number 55 towards 40 on defense.
It's nice to see some new people get in there. Give an opportunity for some
Third and
playing
8 for the
time.
Spartans.
Left guard is out. He's playing defense.
He's still in. Lampman, probably about a yard loss.
Lampman, the ball carrier.
How far can you kick it?
Corey and Carter on the stop.
Okay.
And here comes
Sam Martin.
a whole slew of substitutions for Pleasant Valley.
Possession point.
Gabe Rigby. By the stop for Bettendorf.
We're going to try field goal. Sam Martin here for field goal.
Martin's on for a field goal attempt.
37 yards.
Martin
Bryant will
will
hold.
attempt a field goal attempt. This is going
Adams
to
will
be
snap.
a long one.
Long enough.
No good.
Only thing wrong is whole game.
Kick is no
Score
good.
with the running clock is Pleasant Valley 38, Bettendorf 0. Hey, Bettendorf, 1st and 10. Want to score here. Want to do something. Throws it. Completes it.
Box pass complete to Tyler Dunleavy.
Dunleavy on the catch.
Tanner Carpenter on the stop of the Spartans.
Carpenter for tackle.
Carpenter on the tackle for Pleasant Valley.
I'll see you next week.
Look at the pass. Gets away. Throws it. Almost intercepted, but knocked away
Carpenter.
by number 21.
Fastest pass broken up by
Carpenter.
21, Tanner Carpenter.
I'd like to thank
Third
Paul
and 1 for
Myers here.
Bettendorf.
Pleasant Valley giving me a hand tonight. Really appreciate it. Help give me the names of the tackles and receivers and who's in the game.
Cox has it. Cox has it.
Quarterback. He's done. Inside the
Cox on the
right about the
keeper.
45-yard line.
Number 30, Thomas Adams on the stop
Adams on the
for the
tackle.
Spartans. The result of the play is a Bettendorf first down.
Cox still the quarterback for Bettendorf. 2:54. Clock is running. It's up in the air, intercepted. Fumbled. And I think Pleasant Valley still came up with it. They do. Pleasant Valley's
Fumbler.
ball.
An interception for the Spartans. There's a fumble after the play. Fumble's recovered by Pleasant Valley. They take it for first and 10. The ball on their 40-yard line.
They had people around them. They got up to 15 number, 30-something.
And the clock is ticking down. 2:15, 2:14. I think really all Pleasant Valley needs to do is when they take some knees.
Sam Pierce at quarterback.
Quarterback keeper. Sam Pierce is your quarterback now for Pleasant Valley. And was a keeper, didn't gain very much. Be second and 9.
Pierce the keeper.
That was just about the same thing as taking a knee. 1:30 to go. Once again, I want to thank Kevin Skillett, Bettendorf staff, for allowing us to do this game. .35 Lampkin.
Lampman, the ball carrier.
Lampman on the carry.
Moffett on the initial hit for Bettendorf.
Third and about 6.
3rd and 5 for the Spartans.
55 seconds to go in the game. And this score is going to end this way at Pleasant Valley 38, Bettendorf 0. Pleasant Valley takes a knee, and that should be the game.
Pierce downs the ball.
And that will be the game. Pleasant Valley 38, Bettendorf 0. Big win for Pleasant Valley.
That concludes tonight's
Probably a big
contest.
disappointment for
Give
Bettendorf.
both teams a nice round of
We
applause.
thought this would be a close game. Pleasant Valley took control from the
Final score,
start.
Pleasant Valley 38, the Bulldogs nothing.
And
Like to wish the
wow, this is
coaches,
quite a game.
players and fans of Pleasant
both
Valley
these
safe
teams
trip home
operating
and good luck for the rest of the
locally
season,
in the
man.
top 3. And
Bettendorf fans,
it
homecoming
was
is
just
next
Pleasant
week.
Valley's night.
We'll play the
again,
Muscatine
final.
Muskies.
Pleasant Valley 38, Bettendorf 0. This is the Family Ties production. This is Jess Medina. Have a good night.